Are you tired of boring meetings? Well, so are we. So we've hired somebody to help us blow some things up.
Oh, wait, there's an invisible monkey. Unbelievable.
That's right, it is unbelievable how all it takes is a little perspective to go from this to something a little more exciting for a training video. So we've decided to go ahead and flip the training sessions.
Hey guys, just thought you might want to know, sales aren't up, they're down. Listen,
Approach the meetings with the optimism that the monkeys had in their meeting, and I hope that you enjoy the concept of flipping the training sessions to save you a little time. Atomic Learning is a tremendous video tutorial website that covers many 21st century educational topics. The district is providing this resource for you, your students, and even their families. In addition to the content provided by Atomic Learning, we will also be able to put our content on the site for future trainings. Our Flip training program is aimed at giving you the most CE credit we can while limiting the actual face-to-face time that you have to spend. Like a Flip classroom, you'll watch a series of videos before coming to the face-to-face meetings so we can truly maximize our time working on the things that you can take directly into your class. This intro is aimed at introducing the Atomic Learning site to you. When we have the 30-minute face-to-face time, we'll simply make sure that you get logged in, answer any questions that you had from the time that you spent within the site after watching the video. We'll also make sure that you know how to print off your certificate that you'll be able to print after you've gone through one of the training sessions. Now, I'd like to make sure that you know a couple of ways that you can get logged into Atomic Learning. If you go to the high school website, under Teachers and Staff, there's a link to the Atomic Learning login. We do have an Atomic Learning login that's specific to SSISD, so you can go to the login from that link. Or else you can come up to our Cat's Den website. You can go to Technology, scroll down, click on the button for Atomic Learning, and then the login link is right here, listed right in the middle of the screen. I'd also like to show you this downloadable file that was created on October 14th. So everything that's on that list was what was available in Atomic Learning on October 14th. Anything that they've added since then will be able to be found in the search items. This is a copy of what you'll see from that file, and it just simply lists all the different programs that are available to you. As you can see here, there's a wealth of information. I would suggest that you take some time to look through this list before you start searching randomly in the actual Atomic Learning website. So once we get to the Atomic Learning website, either from the high school webpage or from our Cat's Den webpage, we can go ahead and get logged in. Now, to log in, you're going to use the exact same credentials that you use to log onto your computer every day when you come to school. Once you're on the site, I'm not going to take a lot of time going through it, as we hope that you'll explore it a little bit on your own before you come to the training. But I do want to point out a few key ideas that I think are going to be helpful to you. The first thing I want to do is just discuss how you're going to find something within Atomic Learning. The basic and probably easiest way to do that is just to enter something here in the search bar. You do have the option to be able to filter things and narrow down your selections and narrow down specific topics within the different programs that are offered. I would suggest that early on that you probably just look for the topic that you're interested in by clicking it. So if I click something like Adobe Photoshop, you'll see that you can go ahead and come up with all the different trainings that are available to you. Now, after you find trainings, you're going to need to know what to do with them. If you have time to look right away, you can just sort through what you want to look for and enjoy watching whatever it is that you're interested in. You'll notice that there's, in this case, for the Photoshop CS4, there's 64 tutorials, and the total tutorial time is about 2 hours. You can do the math on that to figure it out, but most videos in their series are less than 3 minutes long. They cover one very specific topic, shows you exactly how to do it, and it ends. In most cases, you can watch several videos all at once because they are so short. After you've had a time to sort through and look for different topics that you're interested in, and once you've found the topic that you really want to address, there is something called My Training. What you can do is you can take an entire section, or you can take certain videos. You can come right over here to Assign to Myself and click that. You can go ahead and give it an assignment name and a due date. If you give it a due date, it will cut off on that due date. You can select which topics that you want to go ahead and assign to yourself. Now let's go back to the home page and take a look at where you're going to find that. Any training that you assign to yourself is going to be located under the My Training tab. Now the difference between My Training and Custom Training is going to be what the district might set up for you, or eventually what you might set up for your students. So custom training is something that somebody else sets up and they assign it to you. My training is going to be something that you go and you select certain topics of your own interest and you assign them to yourself. So that's the main difference between those. Under Spotlights, you're going to be able to find some things that Atomic Learning has put together. I would call them kind of almost like a course. It's not really a course, but it's a topic or an interesting concept that they feel like they wanted to package together. When you look in a Spotlight, something like this, collaborating with a global community, you're going to find that you've got several topics within that. You've got some generic discussion pieces, you've got some example classroom projects, you've got the pieces that are going to reflect and apply. So it's literally set up just like you'd have your own little course. And that can be found under the Spotlights. The last thing I'm going to show you today is what you can find under My Profile. If you go under My Profile and click on My Reports, it'll pull up the page where you can see all the activity that you've had within Atomic Learning. You can sort it by certain dates. It's going to allow you to see your activity overview of what you've done within Atomic Learning. You do have a drop-down menu right over here, and this is going to become important when you're finished with a Atomic Learning series. You can go ahead and print your certificate of completion right here, and that again is under My Profile and My Reports. Now going back to the home page, realistically everything else in Atomic Learning is stuff that you should be able to find. There isn't really anything that you're going to have to worry about that you have to do and program or anything else. It's simply a library of videos that you can use to cover several different topics. So what you'll want to do is, after you've watched this video, is attend the 30-minute training session, which is literally going to be our opportunity to meet with you face-to-face to make sure you don't have any questions and allow you to have time to pick out a topic that you're going to study on your own. Remember that you can print your certificate of completion under My Profile and My Reports, and then clicking the drop-down menu next to Activity Overview and highlighting Certificates of Completion. That's really all we have to talk about during this training session. Main thing is just to make sure that you get yourself introduced and that you understand how to log into the site. I think most of you are going to find it to be very user-friendly. Thanks, and we look forward to seeing you in face-to-face training.